This is Ponniyin Selvan, episode 13. In last week's episode, we saw the romantic encounter between Princess Kundavai and Vandiyathevan in the riverbanks. Although Kundavai was impressed with our hero's bravery and skill, Vandiyathevan left feeling insulted. On another riverbank, we saw the interactions between Nambi and Idumankari. Are you all eager to know what the fish hand gesture means? Let's dive right in. Nambi was hiding on top of the tree and saw that Idumankari did not get on the boat. Nambi was very sure that Idumankari was hiding something and he resolved to find out what it was. He remembered the fish hand gesture and wondered if it somehow is linked to the Pandyas. Idumankari returned to the tree and waited under it restlessly for someone. He kept looking this way and that way. Minutes passed and Nambi's arms and legs started aching. Just when he had thoughts of giving up, he saw a man approaching the tree and Idumankari stood up. It was apparent this was whom Idumankari was waiting to meet, and Nambi started observing with renewed energy and excitement. This new person did the same fish-like hand gesture that Idumankari did to Nambi, and Idumankari did the hand gesture too to the new arrival. Nambi realized that it was some kind of a verification between them. After verifying, the men started talking in codes. They only seemed to exchange a few words and nothing in full context. Idumankari, Soman Sambavan. Which direction? West direction. Which place? The enemy's Pallipadai. Idumankari started saying, if it's the enemy's Pallipadai, is it Tirupirambiyam? But he was cut short by Soman Sambavan saying, shh! We were only talking in quotes till now. Why are you suddenly elaborating? Someone might hear us. He added cautiously. I have checked thoroughly. No one is in sight. There isn't even a place to hide nearby. So we don't have to worry about that, said Idumankari. Okay. Anyway, I don't know the route to that place. You have to show me, said Soman Sambavan. And the two men left, one following the other. Once the men were out of sight, Nambi jumped down from the tree. His hands and legs were sore from sitting in an uncomfortable position for so long. He quickly started putting two and two together. Tirupirambiyam Pallipadai belonged to Gangai ruler Prithvipati. Who is Prithvipati's enemy? Aha! Could I be right? Were those people the king's guard of the Pandya dynasty? Thought Nambi. He had no time to lose. Nambi was sure they are going to meet with a third person. Otherwise, they would have discussed everything right under the tree. So he swiftly determined to get to Tirupirambiyam Pallipadai before everyone else did and listened to the whole meeting. He took shortcuts and as he wished, he got there before everyone else. He looked for a comfortable and safe spot to sit and listen as he didn't know how long the meeting might go on for. There was an entrance hall with 4 pillars surrounded by dense bushes and trees. Nambi was sure this is where they would sit and have their meeting. So he climbed onto the roof of the hall and sat comfortably hidden in the tree branches. The owls hooted and the wolves howled, but no sign of the Pandya men. Nambi waited and waited for 2 hours and started to doubt if he heard them wrong or came to the wrong place. Just as he was about to give up, he saw 2 men with a fiery torch walking towards the hall. Nambi became alert. The 2 men crossed the hall, walked a few yards and looked in the opposite direction, clearly waiting for someone else. Within a few minutes, 2 more men with a fiery torch joined them and they all took shelter under the hall. These 4 men were different. Idumankari and Somban Sambavan were not among them. One of the 4 men had a big beard and looked like a sorcerer. He emptied his drawstring pouch on the floor and gave a sinister laugh. It was full of gold coins with palm tree symbol on one side and tiger on the other side. Friends, we are going to bring down the Cholas using their own wealth, said the man and laughed again. Shh, shh, Ravidasan, you're being too loud, said another man. We are the only ones here and the animals cannot repeat anything they hear, said Ravidasan. Of course they cannot talk, but they can eat us, said the man, and Ravidasan toned down a bit. After that, they conversed in hushed up tones and Nambi couldn't hear much of their conversation. Nambi didn't expect them to talk this quietly, so he was looking for ways to get down from the roof of the hall and move closer to the group. As he tried to get down quietly, he stepped on a few dried leaves accidentally, which alerted the men. "Who's there?" shouted one of the men. Nambi's heart nearly stopped as he was sure he was going to get caught. But fortunately, an owl from the nearby branch hooted loudly and flew away, rustling the leaves. So the men resumed to conversation, assuming it was only an owl. Nambi breathed a sigh of relief and slowly crawled closer and hid inside a bush. Ravidasan continued. Money will never be an obstacle till we have our source inside the Chola's treasury. But we need to split into 2 groups. One group should go to Ceylon and the other should go to Kanji. We must time the mission accurately and kill them both at the same time. If one's news reach the other's ears, then the other will become alert. So, till we complete our mission, no one must know our plan, not a soul. Now, tell me, who's willing to go to Ceylon? Asked Ravidasan. I will, bellowed the other 3 men. So, Ravidasar said, we will decide that in the next meet. Where is Idumankari and Soman Sambavan? Right behind you, said 2 voices in a chorus coming from behind Nambi. Nambi was startled, but thankfully he was well hidden in the bush, so they simply walked past him to join the group. High time you joined us. So, Idumankari, do you come with any news? Asked Ravidasan. Oh, plenty, said Idumankari. In Kadambur, Palvettaraiyar held a secret meeting with the Chola royalties in the middle of the night to convince everyone that the next king should be Madurandagar and not Aditya Karikalan. Also, the palanquin that Palvettaraiyar tows everywhere wasn't carrying his new young wife. This time, it was Madurandagar who in fact joined the meeting that night to earn everybody's support. Finished Idumankari. Wow, how did you manage to gather all this information? Asked Ravidasan. I have become the most trusted servant to Kandamaran and Sambhuvarayar. I was made to guard that night's meeting. Another thing, just like me, another person was also observing the meeting. His name is Nambi. He's short and stout with a plate, said Idumankari. So, did you bring it to Palvettaraiyar's attention? Did he get caught? Asked Ravidasan. But Idumankari said, No, I thought he was one of us. But only this afternoon I realized he wasn't. I made our secret fish hand gesture to him and he didn't realize, he said. This frustrated Ravidasan. That is our secret gesture, Idumankari. Please do not advertise it to everyone. The guy you're talking about His name is Thirumalai, but he tells everyone it is Alvarkadiyan Nambi, a very dangerous fellow. He can totally mess up our plan, even if he gets a sniff of it. So, if any of you ever see him, finish him off, then and there, cause he's a spy. He works for the king's primary advisor, Aniruddha Brahmarayar, said Ravidasan. Hearing this, Nambi's heart started racing. How did they get to know so much information about me? Will I even leave this place alive? Wondered Nambi. And just then, a small leaf tickled Nambi's nose, making him sneeze. The sound alerted everyone. So, one of the men started walking with a fiery torch towards the bush that Nambi was hiding. Nambi didn't know what to do. He looked for something to distract the man, and then he saw a large bat hanging upside down above him and prayed that this plan should work. He quickly snatched the bat in hand and waited till the man came close to the bush. When he did, Nambi released the bat straight into the man's face. The man yelled in surprise and dropped his torch. The place momentarily became dark and loud as his scream woke the forest animals. Nambi used this opportunity and quickly ran away from his hiding place into the thick of the forest. With this ends our today's episode. Wasn't that a nail biter? Come back for more on Kadhatellaporom channel, and we'll meet you all next week with a new episode. Until then, bye!